Hey everyone, it is Evan here from the Trade Risk on Wednesday, April 15th. We are intraday right now, and this is our weekly swing trade ideas video where we bring you some of the stocks from our watch list, stocks that are holding up well, showing some relative strength, and ideally are not yet too extended in their moves. As always, these videos are powered by our partners over at Investors Business Daily. We curate ideas from their stock lists. You can get access to their stock lists with a link in the description of this video. So we got 4 names we're looking at today, 2 from IBD's watch list, 2 from our watch list. Remember, if you want to hear our latest thoughts on the market environment and how the broad market context may fit into trade ideas like this, you can watch our last video we recorded yesterday on our blog or our YouTube channel. So let's kick things off here with PLMR. This is the first. This comes from IBD's watch list, and this is actually in the financial services sector, more specifically kind of insurance, and this is why it's holding up a lot better than just broad financials, which have been underperforming dramatically here over the past couple of months. So if we look at PLMR specifically, we zoom out a little bit, you can see it was a recent IPO last year, April, basically coming up on its 1-year anniversary here as a publicly traded stock. It's up almost 300% or 200% from its IPO price, and it's been in a very strong trend. And more recently, during this market unpleasantness, this has actually stayed pretty resilient here and has consolidated and is back nearly to its all-time highs. So if you're looking at, or if you're looking for a name that has that potential, that breakout potential, that has a good base developing here with a nice long-term trend at its back, I would pay attention to PLMR here. It looks like it needs more time. It still needs to prove itself over this $60 resistance, or breaking out to effectively new all-time highs. But it is looking good here. It's firming up, and I think it's a pretty quality candidate to keep an eye on. So that's number 1 from IBD's watch list. Number 2 from their watch list is more of a popular name here. This is in the software space, but this is ServiceNow. And if we zoom out here and we take a look at the price structure here, you can see that now really went sideways for and took its time developing this base here, starting in summertime of 2019. It pulled back from those highs, it went sideways, had the drop in the 4th quarter of 2019, but then it broke out going into and heading into January of this year. It broke out to new all-time highs, and then of course the market correction came, took it down with it, and now it's back into the kind of trading range that it was in 2019. But if we zoom in a little bit further, you can see it's starting to kind of creep back to the upper end here and challenge this resistance. In fact, it already took out this sort of first band here of the highs that it's been dancing in throughout the month of March. It's starting to work higher here. You can see this the high from 2019 comes in right around $305 or so, and it's basically stuck kind of right underneath that level. So what I'm looking for here in NOW is basically a little more digestion here and a breakthrough of this band to take out resistance and to essentially set its sights back on these prior all-time highs. I think if we can start closing back over 302, 303, and we start working back into the 300s, then I think this looks pretty good to continue higher, to retest those highs, and to get above the bulk of all of this prior kind of trading range and supply. So NOW, like the potential, it's in kind of breakout mode potential right here, and we'll see if we can firm up the week and close strongly to get that breakout in motion. So that's NOW. 2 from our watch list now. First is JD. So JD.com, this is a fairly known name here, bigger cap stock. And what I like here, if we zoom out, it's not quite back to all-time highs yet, but it's been making some good progress, and it's held up pretty well during all of this market unpleasantness. You can see it's a little bit sloppy in this range here. It's kind of been a little bit wide, but generally speaking, you know, especially if you were to kind of remove this bar here, we've been mostly contained between about $36.50 to about $44. And if you look at where we are right now, we're actually threatening to close at new highs here. So this would be new 52-week highs, and certainly, you know, kind of setting the sights back to the 2018, 2017 all-time highs that JD made a few years ago. So I like the breakout potential here. You can see MACD is leading on the upside, starting to get above some resistance here. So look for that strong close. Look for this breakout to start to get into motion. But JD, I do like it, and it is certainly acting strong here and is not too overbought, stretched at this time. Last but not least is SGEN. So this is Seattle Genetic, biotech company here, and decent size, not a small cap company by any stretch. But if we look here at the technicals, you can see just a nice kind of breakout in motion. Once again, not too extended. What we've seen recently is, you know, especially in the tech space, we've seen a lot of, I mean, the market has basically gone up now, you know, 2.5 weeks in a row, and very sharply. And we're actually seeing a lot of overextension and a lot of kind of, you know, just kind of straight line behavior in a lot of the tech names. So the trade ideas that we try and show here have certainly got more of some structure behind them and breakout potential, because they haven't run as strong and as fast as some of those other names. So SGEN, good example here of a kind of pent-up breakout name in motion. It certainly had a nice move off of these lows, but given where it has been over the past 5 or so months, it still looks pretty fueled up here, looking to break out to new all-time highs. It's been a nice trending stock that has acted well here, and I think this is one of the best looking technical names coming from our watch list that I'm seeing out there. So that's it. Those are the 4 trade ideas that we have. Again, make sure the market environment fits your context. We're always looking at long trade ideas in these videos. If that's not what you're interested in right here, if you don't believe the market can continue to hold up, if you think we need to pause, then obviously, you know, a lot of these ideas are things to just keep in the back pocket and certainly not act on right now. But hopefully you find these names helpful. As always, every Wednesday, push out trade ideas just like this. You can subscribe on our YouTube channel or follow us at The Trade Risk. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you back here on Friday for the weekend recap video.